I'm Laniey. I'm going to take you on a tour of western North Carolina. Our first stop is Grandfather Mountain. It's located in Ashe County. This is Grandfather's mountain profile. Can you see his forehead, his eyes, and his chin? This bridge is called the Mile High Swinging Bridge. It's called that because it's a mile higher than the equator.
That's Sugar Top up there in condos way over there.
That's Sugar Condo?
Call that Sugar Top, Sugar Mountain. Huh? Yeah. You gonna hike with us up there to summit up there? Dude, you gotta call your mom, tell her to come over here. You think she will? This ain't that bad, is it? What do you think of it? Is this a nice view or what?
Our next stop is also located in Avery County, Sugar Mountain. They have snow skiing and snow tubing. This is my friend, Jody Kincaid. He had been skiing Sugar Mountain for the last 40 years. Here is a video he made. Our next stop is in Buncombe County, its huge mansion. It's called the Biltmore House.
During the height of the Gilded Age, George Washington Vanderbilt set out to build the largest house to ever be constructed in the United States. George had been born into one of, if not the greatest of fortunes the New World had ever seen. He purchased 195 square miles of land near Asheville, North Carolina, and hired prominent landscape architect Frederick Law Olmsted to not only plan the viewshed and formal gardens, but to make the estate self-sustaining by including dozens of farms. While Olmsted was hard at work creating the perfect landscape, George hired famed Gilded Age architect Richard Morris Hunt to design a mansion the likes of which the country had never seen before. When it was all said and done, the mansion, which would be named the Biltmore, would boast over 178,000 square feet, with 250 rooms, 35 bedrooms, and 43 bathrooms. Just to give you an idea of the sheer size, if you were to lay out the rooms on one level, they would cover more than 4 acres of floor space. The 4-story mega mansion was planned to be nestled in the hills, becoming part of the ridgeline. Construction started in 1889 and stretched on for 6 years, with over 1,000 workers laboring every day on site. The brick walls were reinforced with a steel frame, and the facade was clad in Indiana limestone, which was brought to the property by way of a private railroad. Entering the home through the vestibule, we arrive in the main hall, clad in limestone and set at larger-than-life proportions. To the side, natural light penetrates the deep interiors through the Winter Garden's glass-paned ceiling. And just beyond this space, we will find the largest room in the house, the banquet hall. From end to end, it measures 72 feet long with barrel-vaulted ceilings soaring 70 feet overhead. When the table is assembled with its many leaves, it can comfortably accommodate 64 dinner guests in front of the triple fireplace, finished out with intricate, figurative relief work. On the opposite wall, a built-in pipe organ was meant to bellow, echoing live music through the mansion's cavernous halls. Though this is not where the Vanderbilts would have dined when they were not entertaining. Instead, they would have sat in the breakfast room towards the rear of the house, a more intimate space when compared to the banquet hall. While we are here, we can take a peek behind the scenes to find the kitchen and the pantry. Of course, a family living a life of unfathomable luxury would not have prepared their own meals. Their live-in staff would have catered to their every need. Cutting across the rear of the house, we will pass the breakfast room into the salon, decorated with antique European furnishings, which George had collected while the Biltmore was being constructed. This will lead us into the music room, clad in half-height oak paneling below hand-stenciled beams running along the ceiling. From here we will dodge the main hall and explore the other wing of the house, making our way into the gallery, which stretches 90 feet from end to end with a collection of centuries-old Flemish tapestries. The gallery terminates on the library, housing over 10,000 volumes on its shelves. It is clad in walnut panels and designed in the Baroque style, even featuring a ceiling mural, which had been stripped from a building in Italy and reinstalled intact. A true marvel of not only art, but logistics for accomplishing such a feat. The billiards room, clad in oak paneling below a dazzling array of artisan plasterwork on the ceiling, offers a retreat for George Vanderbilt's male friends through the hidden passage on the back wall. This leads to the smoking room, and eventually to the bachelor wing, where single gentlemen guests would have been sequestered away from the ladies of the house. Now we can begin making our way up the grand, cantilevered staircase, rotating around a double-hung chandelier, which has been suspended from an ornate, rib-vaulted medallion on the ceiling. The iron balustrade seamlessly curves with the steps and is capped off by a wood handrail, adding just the right amount of warmth to the stone atrium. Up here we will find the bedrooms of both George and his wife Edith. First we will explore George's room, finished out with a painted cornice above a dentelated plate rail. All of the furnishings are upholstered in a striking red and paired with antique wooden furniture. This opens into the oak sitting room, which adjoins to Edith's room on the other end, providing a private retreat for the couple. Edith's bedroom is the grandest bedroom in the house, with gold walls and painted millwork. It was finished out in the Louis XV style, with only the finest and most expensive furnishings to spoil her. We can continue up the back staircase towards the third floor where guests would have stayed. In the third floor's living hall, we can imagine one of the many resident musicians playing songs in the morning to gently wake up guests from their slumber. We will skip the fourth floor as it was reserved for staff and wind our way down to the basement. Down here we will find an indoor pool, once again, illuminated with electric lights. And after making our way through the stone tunnels, we will find more amenities, such as a gymnasium boasting the best workout equipment that money could buy in the late 1800s. The Biltmore passed down through the family over the generations, eventually being reduced to rest on only 8,000 of its original acres. In the modern day, the Biltmore remains privately owned by George's descendants and is open to the public as a house museum, where over 100,000 people venture annually to admire the height of architecture and landscaping from the bygone era of America's Gilded Age.
Our next stop is Watauga County, in a small mountain town called Blowing Rock. In January every year they have ice sculptures in front of most businesses. This is me at the first ice sculpture. It's at a bank. They put real money inside of it. This is my grandma, Martha, my sister Ella, and me. I love this ice sculpture of the horse, it's my favorite. I love this ice sculpture. They put tulips in ice. I thought that was so cool. Do you know when tulips bloom? If you said early spring, you were right. They put wood inside of an ice box. What is going to happen next? Our last stop is Macon in Swain County. This is where the Nantahala River runs through. It's an excellent place for some whitewater rafting. This is my friend Jody Kincaid again. He's with the Cornett family coming down the Nantahala River.
We need to stay around. Yeah, we need to stay around. Charge! I thought we was perfect.
The river slows down in places. You can get out of your boat, but the water is very cold, even in the summer.
Y'all got it?
Water's kind of cold, right? Taking a break.
Oh yeah.
This is Jody's friend Chris. He steps in a hole and falls into the ice-cold river.
That's cold.
Still hot?
That's cold.
Still hot?
This is at the very end of the river. The rapids are extremely fast here. They also take pictures of you at the end. Jody edited both pictures and video together.
Yeah. we're good. Okay.
Hi, I'm Flat, Jody.
I am Flat, Grandma Martha.
We are humbled and honored.
Thank you for letting us participate in this school project.